Hiya, coming in and get cozy. I hope everyone's staying blessed and protected. I hope everyone's having a super Sunday, sunny Sunday. I want to thank everyone, all my lovely subscribers, all for the beautiful comments for Jay. You know, even though I know that I didn't know him personally, I do know him spiritually. I know I do. I know there's been connections on many occasions, you know. But yeah, bless him. He never made it to 20. Let's get on with this reading. I just, I wasn't even going to do a reading, like I never do. But Spirit's called me to use this deck for some reason. Oh, look, the wise one. The Sentinel, determination, certainty, tradition and order. Yeah, must be a reason why I've been called to use this deck. So let's get into it and see what Spirit wants us to know today. Dear Heavenly Spirit of the Most High, Heavenly Angels, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors of our highest good, call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to protect our chakras from the root to the crown. We call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to protect our energy as we channel this message. We call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to block out all and any negative or evil interference. And we call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to show the collective exactly what they need to see right now. Thank you. We love you. We've got twins, self-protection, dual natures. Could even be Gemini. This is the forgotten. Missed opportunities, fear of failure. I'll see. We've got a crossroads here, exploration, the cartographer. You know, somebody could be at a crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. It could be a Gemini. Take it as it resonates. We'll find out. No, I'm sorry, I've got some decks that I've got all the star signs in. I'm actually made some myself, but, we've got a runaway, secrets running from problems. Somebody could be running away from their problems. They'll find you. The best way to deal with problems is face them head on, because they just never go away until you do. That's the thing with, and especially like people worry about they've got something to do. I used to be the same. Like if I had to make a phone call, I had to sort something out. Oh, it used to fill me with dread, and I didn't like doing it. It was like really daunting. But like once you do it, it's like, oh, what a relief. We've got ambition, diligence, and setbacks here. At this late, I've shared a thing on my community board about this lovely lady called Cheryl. I felt like I seen a story and I couldn't scroll past it. It's like it reminded me of the good, that Good Samaritan story in the Bible. You can't pass by if you can do something to help. And I thought, what it is? I just sold a box the other day to Suze. And she's a lovely lady. She's on a third box now and a third reading. But and I thought to myself, what it is? I'm just going to donate the proceeds of that box that I made, and I donated it to Cheryl. And I shared a story, because maybe somebody else might be able to help. And if you can't help, at least just share a story on whatever social media platform you can. This lady needs help. She clearly needs help. And she's got a lovely, lovely dog, Remy. So cute. She needs help, When your own family turn against you, you've got to realise that we're all family. We've got to balance it. Oh, there's something in reverse here. The alchemist here, balance, invention, and destruction. And then we've got the adventurer in reverse. Now I'm going to have to look that up because, I really like this deck. I really do. So the alchemist is part of the academy. So we have the court, the academy, the crowd, and the troop, and this alchemist is part of the academy. In order to create, be it a new project, a new chapter in your life, or perhaps a new relationship, something must first be dismantled in order to make space. But in alchemy, nothing is ever truly destroyed. The new is built on the foundations of what has come before, and they are lessons to be learned from the rubble. So this is like tearing something down, I feel like it could even be like an old relationship. You can't go into a new relationship until you've ended another one and healed from another one as well, It's like you can't move house until you've dealt with the old house, until you've packed it up and cleaned it out. You can't go forward to a new one. It's even like yourself as well. If you're wanting to do something like me, I'm going on a raw vegan diet for a month just to see how things go. And I'm going to do it. Just cleanse out. Just do a full cleanse, really. You know what I mean? But I think we're just meant to eat like that anyway. I really feel it, like what we're meant to eat, something that's living or something that's dead. We are living, so therefore we should be eating living food that is grown in the sun. We don't want to be eating something that's been killed, dead flesh. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have eaten meat pretty much all my life, but I have also been vegetarian for years at points, and then but now again, it's just I feel like don't feel like my body needs it. That's my personal opinion of myself. Let's have a look. This adventurer. Where's the adventurer? The adventurer is a troop. And this is about internal thoughts, identity. This is about development and growth. So this is like, out with the old, in with the new kind of vibe. But this adventure in reverse. It says the pressure that's on you right now has rooted you to the spot, crippled by anxiety and fear. Though it may feel safer to stay where you are, you may not realize that your indecision is also stopping others from progressing. Your actions, or in this case, inaction, have repercussions. So it feels like someone is not doing something. Like what I feel like what I said, like, there might be a phone call that you need to do, there might be some affairs you need to get in order, there's something that needs sorting out, and someone's like, kind of, they need to deal with something here. Someone's stuck in a position, in a situation or a mindset or something. It's like something needs sorting out, and it won't go away until you do. Something has to be done. Make that phone call, do whatever it is that you need to do. Maybe it might be just telling somebody something, it might be a change of lifestyle, it might be, I'm sure Spirit will enlighten us. They're the catalyst. This is the catalyst. Radical change is taking control. Somebody's going to take the will, because the Spirit, it won't come out. The catalyst. We've got the shepherd here, celebration and family. But the catalyst, yeah, it's a radical change. So there's something serious here. It says life does not exist in a state of stasis, and meaningful development only comes with change. To resist it is to resist growth. You must become the catalyst that shakes the very foundations of life. You are the hurricane that blows the cobwebs from the corners. You are the bolt of lightning that topples the tower. You may not know what form this change will take, but change has to happen. Through upheaval, chaos, and destruction, you will be able to start anew. So this is something about something starting anew. Something has to end. Something has to be let go. Whether it is people, places, or things, yeah. Someone's like kind of stuck. And it's like, yeah, that crossroads where I said, somebody's at a crossroads. Like, what do I do? Do I stay here and remain unchanged? Or do I do something about it and make that change? Because that is what this is, a radical change as well. So it's something quite radical. Like, it's like a big change. It could be, I mean, take it as it resonates, but it could be, a move. It could be stopping an addiction. It could be a change in your diet. It could be a change in relationship. You know, there's anything that resonates with whoever this reading's for, you know. You see, I'm stuck. That's stuck. And do you know what card it is? The wise one. And we've got communication and confidence here. So I feel like it is something to do with confidence to have communication. Like I was saying, like you might just need to make a phone call. Something, you know, I know I'm saying something as simple as that because it's not that simple sometimes. You know, it's sometimes something can be so daunting and it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, yeah, just to do this one thing. But you know, when you do that one thing, this is the catalyst. This is the wise one coming out. The wise one. And this is in the court. This is like achievements and responsibility. So with the alchemist and the wise one, I'm getting someone can change, transmute this energy. They can. And it's something about speaking here, I feel. It's something about speaking up. Yeah, something about, yeah, but communication and confidence. So the wise one. I feel this reading may be a bit different to what I usually do, but I feel there's a message here that Spirit wants to get out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been called here and I wouldn't be using this deck. Organisation and rhythm rule the day. It's time to suppress that creative streak and accept pre-established convention. Take the time to study those who have gone before you. There is plenty to be learned from previous attempts. The greatest knowledge is derived from the experiences of those who have done this before. Yeah, I feel like it says the wise one acts on the knowledge learned from their predecessors. They know the way things have always been done. So this is something about something that's always been done that way, and it's something like that works. Rather than if someone's coming and trying to say, "Oh, we'll do it this way," if that is a new way and you are used to doing something in a certain way, Spirit's saying stick with what you know. Stick with what you know works for you. And this is like speaking up with confidence here. I feel like someone needs to speak up with confidence. You need to get your point across. If someone's trying to bully somebody else into doing something a certain way, because this is why somebody's stuck here. Somebody's stuck at this crossroads. It's like thinking, well, do I do this, what they're telling me to do? Or do I go with what my instincts and what I know is going to work? You've got to go with what you know. The Spirit's saying this is a wise one. You know something. You know something, it's going to work. So you know what I mean. Something like that. I'm telling you. I just seen mentorship and finances as well. So maybe it says the art to biding your time, planning ahead. So maybe this is what it is. Maybe you might not be stuck. Maybe you just might be biding your time. You could be just biding that time, yeah, to plan ahead rather than rushing in. Only fools rush in where angels fear to tread. The archer, that's in development and growth. So yeah, I feel like it's about planning here and biding your time. So they couldn't be stuck. They might be just thinking like in a wise way, right? Before I make this decision, I'm going to make sure that the decision I make is the right one. You know, planning with purpose as well. I do feel like somebody's getting their, two pennyworth in and trying to sell somebody to do something a different way than the way that works. So go with your instincts. Go with what you know. Yeah. Listen. It says, others around you may have targets full of arrows, but you know how long you need to aim true. Your own pace can't be measured against that of others, and your worth is not dictated by anybody but yourself. Don't let doubt make you falter. Take your time. Your arrows will fly true when they're good and ready. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, if someone's trying to push you as well, you know, like if it's trying to push you into something, oh, you know, do this, do that, do this, do this. Oh, come on, it needs to be done today. No, it doesn't. No, 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 no. You are listening to your instincts. Your arrows are going to land true. This is a catalyst for change. This is somebody about learning something about themselves, speaking up as well. Because sometimes, you know, if you don't say anything, you know, not everybody's mind readers, but this is someone who needs to speak up for themselves. Yeah, you need to speak with confidence. This is the rate of communication with confidence, saying, yeah, I'm just in determination and clarity. Yeah, there's somebody here. I don't feel like they're stuck, like the way it says, but I do feel like, because this is responsibility, expectation. So, you know, I feel like, no, maybe somebody might be expecting something of someone, but this someone is here like, no, this is someone who's going to do it your way. You're going to do it your own way. You're not going to listen to outside influences. You're going to go with your instincts and what you know will work. It could even be like bullying. Do you know what I mean? This is why, like, someone's like, oh, this is why you need to speak up. Somebody might be trying to just take the piss. Excuse me. We've got the pilgrim, opportunities and growth here. So there is opportunities for growth. Yeah, I've just seen knowledge and distrust with this runaway. Somebody could be running away from problems and that, you know. I feel like there's some distrust here. You might have a reason though. If you're going to distrust someone, you might be a reason for that distrust. Where is this pilgrim? This is about in the community. This is about the work. This is about the opportunities for growth. This is the radical change, you know, taking control. So there is, once you take control, there's all these opportunities. Your arrows are gonna fire true. Go on then. You can't sit on my knee. Oh, sorry, baby. No, no, no. You can't sit on my knee because Nana can't do this. She makes me feel bad now because I like sit on my knee, but I can't do it. Really won't be long. I think she's gonna find Amber now. Like the pilgrim, you've been so busy focusing on your destination that you're missing out on the journey itself. Learn to enjoy not just the finish line, but also the process of the growth that comes with the journey, and celebrate the smaller achievements along the way. So, yeah, somebody could be just focusing on one goal and they're missing out on the present. They're missing out on the now. You know, it's like me this morning. I went outside, sat on my patio, and I just started sitting there having a cup of coffee while the dogs were playing in the garden. And I just, you know, it was beautiful. Looking at that, I've got a cherry tree and she's bloomed. She is in full bloom and she's only a baby. But she's in full bloom. Oh, that might have something. Oh, yeah, this could be about somebody young in full bloom, you know. Because if this is somebody, I mean, it don't have to be, but, you know, it could be somebody, if somebody's young, they could easily be influenced by others, elder people, saying, oh, no, you know, but I don't know. Or this could be somebody older, and a younger person is saying, oh, we'll do it this way, you know, new way. But you're like, but no, I think my way is actually the one that's going to work because your arrows are going to fire true. Spirit says there's a catalyst for change here. This is about someone speaking up for themselves. I really do. I feel like, you know, if you don't speak up for yourself, you know, you can miss opportunities. You can actually even change the course of your destiny by not listening to your intuition, your inner self, your inner guidance. What is true for you, you know. Imagine, like, you know, someone saying, oh, come move here. You know, for instance, oh, you know, I think you should move here. And you're thinking, no, but I want to move there. And then you didn't listen and you moved to that place and you were so unhappy. But yet, if you'd have listened to yourself and you did move to the place that you wanted and you would be so happy, this is like the catalyst. This is like the change. This is someone who will make the right decision. I feel sometimes no decision is good, but I feel like somebody will. Yeah, we've got the acolyte. There's some new projects and learning here. The wise one, the acolyte, the alchemist, the fate. Look, accepting help and guidance. So you could accept help and guidance, but you don't have to accept. You don't have to accept it. If somebody could give you it, like some I don't know, guidance or whatever. Somebody could give somebody some guidance. Say, oh, well, this is, could do this. But it doesn't mean to say you've got to accept it. It's up to you. It's your life. I feel like this is something really important as well. Otherwise, Spirit would not be bringing it out. I think it's a really important decision as well, not just something. And it could be about new projects, yeah. This is about your development and growth again. The acolyte. It feels like you're not making progress lately. It may be time to think about learning something new and expanding your horizons. Take up a hobby, a new class, or a fresh experience. You'll enjoy the rewards immediately. Learning is an infinite journey. Embracing the fun of new experiences will provide the fresh perspective you need. Now, this makes me feel like someone, you might want to do something, right? And it could be even like learning, going on a course, doing something. Might want to go back to school, but go back to university, whatever. You want to do something, and someone else is there trying to make you do something else. And I feel like this is someone that needs to do this for themselves. You really do. Someone needs to do this for themselves. I've seen it's a difficult decision. It's a difficult decision that somebody needs to make. But I don't think it's that difficult if oh, we've got delivering news and collaboration, unseen potential, hesitation. The chiromancer, delivering news, and the air, unseen potential. So somebody has got something inside them. And delivering news, you see, I feel like it is speaking up, like, of what you need to say. This is about your internal thoughts, your identity. You need to tell someone, you need to speak up. This is about these arrows that are going to get, they're going to shoot true. You have a message to deliver or something that you've been meaning to say for a while, but it may not be a message that someone is ready to receive. Be careful about how you deliver it and choose your timing carefully. The outcome may depend entirely on you. So, yeah, it's not what you say, it's how you say it and when. Yeah. Because if you catch somebody who's in a bad mood, then the delivery of a message can, have repercussions. But I feel like if you catch somebody in the right mood or the way you word it, it's how you put something across. But I feel like this is about somebody's life here. This is about somebody's life. It could be like a mother or a father, whichever tickets it resonates, and their child is, trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. Saying, oh no, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that, or trying to rope you into something that you don't want to do. And you need to speak up because this is the catalyst. This is the catalyst for the change that needs to happen. Someone needs to speak up for themselves. Mimi, please, Mimi. Honestly, I can't pick you up. Honestly, I can't, Baba. I really want to, and I really love you so much. Look, Sheba's there. Go play with Sheba. Go on. Go. Go. I can't help you. Let me just finish this reading and then I will cuddle you all day. The air. This is about your achievement and your responsibilities. The end of every journey signals the beginning of a new one. And it's natural to still feel uncertain about this new path in front of you. You may be hesitating, but trust that you've already laid the groundwork to make this opportunity the most beneficial that it can be. The rewards that will come are worth this moment of uncertainty. This is what this moment of uncertainty is here. There's something here that's somebody might be trying to plant seeds into somebody's mind and make them do something that goes against what they want to do. You wanted, it's like trying to rope you in. Oh, come and do this joint enterprise or something, and you're like, oh, but no, really, I've got my own idea. You know, something like that. And you need to speak up, because imagine getting dragged down a path that you didn't want to go on. How are you going to get back out of that path? You could get lost. And you know, you need to find your way back to your path, your true path. This is your true path. You need to deliver your news. And it could be about this, a collaboration. It could be. And we've got self-worth and trade here. You don't trade your self-worth, I heard. Yeah, we've got the unknown, a journey, awareness and reflection. So, yeah, we've got new influences, wanderlust. I feel like there's an influence coming. Somebody's trying to influence somebody else into doing something that they don't really want to do. And it's some kind of collaboration. And you're like stuck in limbo at the minute, like, you know, you haven't really delivered the news yet, but you will. And it's delivering the news at the right time. Somebody got to stand up for themselves. I feel it, honestly. I just see it. You need to stand up for yourself. It's your life. Yeah, decision. This is a decision, and it's a protection. I feel like this decision is to protect you. You need to do this to protect yourself. Yeah, don't just go along with the ride, you know, because this is someone who don't want to say no. We've got inheritance here, we've got the hair, yeah, it's something, yeah. Just don't go along with something just for the sake of it, you know, to please other people. This is someone who needs to please himself. There's fortune here, inheritance, fortune, it could be something to do with money. But don't agree to something if you don't know the full facts, you know. There's someone who needs to speak up, because I feel like somebody's wise here. I feel like there's something, somebody could be trying to drag somebody into a new project that they don't want to do. No, shh. Sorry about that. I was having some weird dreams last night, but in my dreams there was a thief, but I caught them. I caught this thief. We've got impulsiveness here with decision. Yeah. Impulsiveness. I just seen romance. It could be something to do with a relationship. You know, somebody could be asking somebody out and you don't really want to. You know, somebody could even be asking somebody to marry them and you don't want to. You know? Got to tell them, no, I don't want to. You can't wait till the day. You can't wait till... I just seen vision, domination and resistance. Yes. You see, someone's trying to dominate somebody else. And this person's resisting, you know, whoever this region is of resisting. Maybe something might have been done impulsive in the past. And I just seen flirtation, innovation, flirtation. Someone might have been impulsive in the past, yeah. I don't feel like this impulsiveness. You can't make it, you know, do something like that. You might have already thought, oh, I'll do this. But now you're feeling like, oh no, I wish I hadn't have said that. So you need to speak up before it's too late. Risk. Yeah, Spirit's saying there's a risk here. I just seen patience, seduction and revenge. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of risk here. Don't take this risk. Spirit's like, don't take this risk. Or there could be a risk attached to delivering news. This is why you've got to be careful, you know, especially if a narcissist is involved. If you need to tell someone to break it up with them or something, I feel like there's a risk here. So maybe do a Dear John or whatever. Yeah, delivering news. I feel like, yeah, there's a risk in delivering some news here, but I feel like your arrows are going to shoot true to where they need to. Yeah, Dear John, don't go in person. I just seen status and drama. Yeah, so it could be about, you know, somebody's status, like they like, oh, you don't do this to me. You know, you get these people, don't you? Oh, you can't do this to me. Because it's something about the status, yeah. Look at this, friendship and control. It could be a friend, yeah, who's trying to control someone else into doing something. Yeah, spirit protection here. I feel like, yeah, there's a protection around people. I feel like there's some protection. There's unseen potential here. This is why you're hesitating. Yeah, you could be in isolation. You could be in isolation. Oh, sorry, Mimi. You can't. You want to get on the back of me? Come on, you get on there. You get there then. Yes, next to Nanny. Then go on in the sunshine too. Yes. Oh, I can't. You see, I can't say no to Mimi. I can't say no. Look, caution and loss. So there's some kind of caution here. Yeah, bluff. Somebody's bluffing. You see, this is why you're probably in this two minds here, like, you know, oh, I'm not going to make a decision. You know, something that you know, like inside yourself, it's like, you know, I've done this before. It's kind of like that. It's like, yeah, don't be a fool. You know what I mean? Somebody's bluffing. There's a risk here, and it could be a friend. It could be a friend who's trying to drag somebody into something, but there's a big risk, and they are bluffing. Seduction, and then we've got seduction with endurance, excitement. Yeah, so something could have been excitement. Somebody could have been. Yeah, I see empathy. I feel like somebody's emphatic, but Spirit's like, no, you need to defend yourself from this person. This person could be trying to seduce. And I just seen discover power. I feel like somebody's going to discover their own power, standing up for themselves, finding their own voice, saying no. I feel like you might not be able to do it in person with this person. You know, I feel like there's something about, I don't know, I get this bad feeling of them. The bluffing, seduction, risk, all that. Nah, not worth it. Not worth it. Versatility. I feel like, yeah, I feel like this is like new projects, learning the wise on where it fell. I feel like somebody is quite versatile, you know, but it says caution, flattery, achievement. Someone is trying to flatter someone, but the bluffing. Spirit is telling us. Somebody's bluffing someone, trying to get them in to do something. It could be a relationship, but it could be like a business or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like someone's intuition is telling them here that something's not right. Your intuition knows. This is why there's an indecision here. But I feel like the catalyst for change is when you stand up and say, no. Two little words, very big meaning. You're like, you know, be no. Let your yes be yes, and you know, be no now. Yeah, this is what something like that. You know. Defense, yeah. This is what somebody needs. This is a new project learning. Someone needs to learn to defend themselves and protect. We've got it with protection as well. Yeah, it could be in isolation. You could be defending yourselves by being in isolation. What are you crying for? I feel like this other person's quite dominant. Yeah, and there's a submission here. So someone's submissive, which could be you. What are you crying for? Go see Amber. We've got caution, friendship, and revenge. There's something here. be very cautious, because I feel like there's a friendship here that it could be something to do with seduction. Yeah, you need to defend yourself. There's caution. There's a warning. There's some kind of revenge here. And I don't feel like you've done anything to these. I feel like I've seen assertion power. Somebody's trying to assert power over somebody else. And it is a revenge thing. They're going to try and trap you into something. It's not going to work, but this is what's happening. The spirit's like, no, you don't want you to be impulsive in the seduction, and that there's the very risk. If somebody's coming in trying to seduce somebody, yeah, spirit's like, no, you stand up for yourself. If you've got feeling inside like, no, I don't want to do this, because if you do it, there's a big risk, and I will find out what that risk is. You know, it could be to do with money, could be to do with, you know, I don't know. This person could be have a disease or something. You know what I mean? Stay away. You know, don't be impulsive. I don't feel like it's going to happen though, but I feel, you know, there's someone trying to push somebody here to do something that they don't want to do. Heavenly Spirit, Heavenly Angels. And I feel like you're going to make the right decision. You will. And that is the catalyst of change, saying no. Say no, no, no. Principles. Yeah, appreciation here. I feel like somebody else got some principles and morals here. And we've got the caution again. Appreciation, caution, indecision. Impulsiveness, seduction, principle. Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to stand by their principles. This is probably going against somebody's grain, you know, what they would normally do. This is why you're in this indecision, you know. I feel like, no, you need to, this is something about you delivering news about this. I've just seen a decision again. Discover it, riches. And riches to be discovered. I feel like it could be inside you, you know. Abundance is a mindset. You know that some of the richest people can feel, some of the people who feel the richest are the ones usually who live outside, free. No bills, no problems. They're rich. They're rich. Not the ones who are living in mansions having to pay bills. Wow, that stopped there. That just stopped. And I seen a stag. Spirit. Heavenly Spirit, Heavenly Angels. Anything else we need to know regarding this situation? Anything else for the collective spirit? Thank you, we love you. Resourcefulness, versatility, resourcefulness. We've got eccentricity, riches and enterprise. So somebody could have an eccentric streak. Yeah, patience, Spirit says. Quarrel. There's going to be an argument here. But it's like sometimes you might need to have that argument and get rid of that person. Do you know what I mean? But I don't feel like somebody's got a vision. Somebody's trying to influence somebody's vision here. Yeah, criticising it. Yeah, they're criticising what you have got, something that you want to do, and someone's here like, no, criticising it. No, no. And I feel like it's inspiration, originality, and discrimination here. Someone's got inspiration to do something, yeah? That has probably been done before, so it definitely can work. And somebody's criticising it. Yeah, and we've got caution with enterprise, caution, extremism. Somebody's trying to drag somebody into an enterprise with them. Yeah? And it's Spirit's like, no, and your soul, I feel like someone's saying, no, I'm not doing this. Yeah, this person's trying to dominate someone. They're trying to dominate. They could be trying to take your money. They could be trying to get you to invest in something that you don't want to invest in it. You know what I mean? Somebody could have an inheritance here. I could see it. Riches, fortune, the hair. You know, somebody could be inherited from it, and then someone else is saying, oh, well, do this with it. Do this with it. No, don't listen. This is a warning, I'm telling you. Spirit is on it. endurance, defense, endurance. It's almost like somebody didn't want to give up. It could be about inheritance. Somebody trying to tell somebody, and I'm just saying enterprise lust. So somebody's trying to seduce somebody. You know, you shouldn't tell anyone if you've got any money, if you've got money. You know, I mean, don't let anybody know, because at the end of the day, there's somebody here trying to get revenge from this inheritance or something. Someone's trying to dupe somebody. That's what I feel. A thief, because that's what I had in my dream. It was in my dream. There's a thief. But I caught them. And then when I caught them, red-handed, like, you know, because they came back to that place, because they weren't just my bag, there was somebody else's bag as well, so it might be like a collaboration. Yeah, we've got expectation and lovers here. So somebody might be expecting to seduce somebody, to become somebody's lover. Yeah, but Spirit's like, no. Yes, I feel like somebody wants to be a wealthy man. Somebody's thinking about a woman here. Unexpected income, wealthy man. I just see an imprisonment journey. So this person could be on their way to prison. Do you know what I mean? And they're trying to dupe somebody out of something. I know what I'm seeing. I know what Spirit's trying to tell us. I can see it, you know. I know whoever this story is meant for, I think, you know, it will ring true. But this is, I feel like, you know, you already know. I feel like you know the score. This coffin in reverse, something, I don't feel like something is not over here for this main female. Yeah, there's a pathway. And this main male is in despair. Yeah, so I feel like this is the main female, but it can switch it roles take it as it resonates, you know what I mean? But I feel like there is a main female here. Something's not over. You might even receive a message. Something's not over. And it's a great fortune. Somebody's trying to seduce somebody, to trick them into getting the money. You know, they might even trying to get you to get married. Oh, get married, let's get married, let's get married. If somebody's pushing somebody to do that, it's definitely, someone's like, no, you know what it is, they might have been trying to draw you in, and you're like, yeah, it's something for sudden wealth for this main male. This main male wants to be sudden wealth, is trying to get rich quick. Well, that's what I feel. I've just seen great fortune again. This false person is after somebody's money. I'm telling you, I feel like they're putting a lot of work in. Somebody's after somebody's money. They're trying to make them either sign up to something, but I feel like it could be a relationship. They're trying to seduce somebody here. And I feel like, and when I see revenge, it's something like, you know, don't trust this person. Whoever this person is, not to be trusted. False person. This person is false. Yeah, I feel like they're after some money. Look, great fortune, occupation, bad health. You see, oh no, you know what I watched last night? It was about this, I think she's from Scotland as well. And it were on Mr. Bollen. And this wife were being poisoned by her husband. He were putting selenium in her makeup, and he were putting cyanide in her coffee. And she were gradually getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And eventually she died. She dropped dead. And they found out it was him. Oh, and I hope it's not something like that, man. I don't want to scare people, but, you know, I'm just saying what I've seen, because, you know, You need to be very careful. You know, don't let people be making you drinks and that and block up your makeup. It's just something weird. Why would I say it? Why would that just... Yeah. Someone's after something here that doesn't belong to them. And it's like a revenge thing. Courthouse. On the distant horizons. This person could end up in court. Courtship on the distant horizons, because this person's false. You know, it could be with them, you know, them serial, whatever, daters that should always pick someone up like this. Yeah, there's a message of concern about this main male. There's a male, someone there, yeah, concern again. Some concern. This is why, you know, somebody's made in indecision. Somebody could have been made an offer, or they will. They will be made an offer. And you're feeling like, no, I don't really want to do this. You know, somebody's trying to seduce somebody. You've got to ask yourself, you know, do I trust this person? No, I don't think you do. I feel like someone's got morals and principles here. Yeah, you could be this privileged lady, but there's adjudication. Courthouse again. Male. Spirit. It's concern. It's saying an official person. Concern. It's concern about this person. So that, you know, it could be already on the radar. Great fortune. Adjudication. Courtship again. Someone's trying to date someone or get somebody married who's an heir, you know, somebody who's got money. They might have inherited some money, and then all of a sudden somebody comes sniffing round. Yeah, look, they're trying to court somebody. I don't feel like it's a, yeah, I feel like somebody was gifted something, got sudden wealth with this adjudication. Now we've got this somebody in despair. This man's thinking about this woman. Heavenly Spirit, Heavenly Angels. Anything else, please? For the collective, any more messages? Hope, change, marriage. I feel like it could be a marriage, unexpected income. I feel like this person is trying, and bad health. Oh, no. Imagine you're an heiress or an heir, whatever, and you've got a lot of money, and then you meet someone and they want to get married and all this, and then they're fucking trying to finish you. Yeah, it's a message of concern here. Spirit's like, no, there's a message of concern. I feel like somebody needs to go with their instincts, follow that, what they feel inside, you know. You know, I wanted to do a reading on that that girl, you know, they're saying that's off herself. That Epstein's, whatever, that Prince Andrew's thing, because a week before she had a crash, and then a week later she's bully marriage. Somebody's trying to bully somebody into a marriage here. Yeah, and Spirit says no, don't do it. Yeah, because what was I watching? Something, but I think it was the other one, and it's about this guy who had an affair for like 30 years or something, and he had another kid. And they were both called the same name, but one of the daughters was going to get married, but in the end, neither of them turned up, the guy or the girl. They just both didn't want to do it. Now look, we've got dictatorship, domination, reluctance. I feel like somebody's trying to dominate someone, and all you want is peace and tranquility and easiness. Somebody's trying to dominate somebody else here. Trying to take over. Endless arm, inevitable. They see this is what they're planning. This is what they're planning, Spirit says. And Spirit saying, get ready. Preparation, prompt, arrangement. I feel like, yeah, we've got the calm again. So I feel like, yeah, you could be getting out there. I don't know. It's like, no, not. I don't feel like you need to. If this person is in somebody's life, get rid of them and don't have any no contact. Because this is not a nice person. This is someone. I've just seen readiness again. I feel like somebody's trying to bully in. Somebody challenge, perseverance, enjoyment, resolution. This person is very persevering. Look, there could be an apology, a guilt confession. And I feel like, no, quit. I don't think they're going to confess that they're trying to do this to someone, but there's definitely someone dodgy here that you cannot trust. That they're probably wanting to try and push somebody into marriage. Somebody who's got some money, who probably inherited some money. Somebody who's got money, and this person who's trying to marry them could be coming across like, oh, that they might have money, but they don't. Because why would they be doing this? They've probably done it before. Imagination in reverse. And then we've got a marionette. Somebody's trying to pull some strings here. And we've got origin here. Conflict. Difference, disputation, quarrel. So you could have even had an argument with this person in the past, and this person's out here seeking revenge. Maybe the spirit of any angels. Anything else for the collective? We've got coach, and that came out in reverse. So somebody's being coached, and I don't feel like the care. It says advice, obedience, and knowledge, and this is care in reverse. I don't feel like this person is supportive. I really don't feel so. And this imagination in reverse as well. Yeah, it's like no. Look at this. It says curse, catastrophe, misfortune, ceremony, mystery, magic, disease, weakness, and fragility. Somebody could actually even be trying to put a curse on someone, but I feel like no. You're going to be saved here. I feel like this is like from the most high. It's like nope, come here. This is warning. Somebody daydreaming about this. This person daydreaming about wealth, because I've seen it. Yeah, pride, indulgence. This person's in the ego. Indulgence, interaction, joy. They're trying to be over friendly. You know when somebody's over friendly? Yeah, look, binding, obstruction, contract. Somebody's trying to get somebody in a contract. It could be a marriage contract. They're trying to do this so that they can take everything that somebody has. Coincidence, fatalism, fortune telling. Yeah, collaboration. I've seen collaboration. Right, illness. Somebody's trying to make someone sick through magic. But there's divine timing here. Management, plan and organise. Yeah, there's divine timing. Get ready. And I feel like this could be you being stubborn. I'm not listening to your shit. I'm not listening to your game. We've got planning, prediction, and mind reading. Oh, I said something about mind reading, didn't I? Yeah, you live and learn. I feel like somebody could be, strategic here. I feel like Spirit's like even warned someone to be strategic. Yeah, I feel like this good news is that this person's going to fail. The good news is this person's going to probably end up homeless. Because justice is here. Spirit is so good. Yeah, whatever this plot or this plan that they have in mind, it's not going to work. But this is just gonna be quick reading. I might come back later and do part 2 or something but I feel like what's needed to get out is got out. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a super sunny Sunday. And yeah, I hope whoever this reading is for takes heed. I already think you will. I think you're wise. But I love you all. Take care. God bless. And I will see you soon.